Hey you guys, this is Shella D. Bridgman, and welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. And this is my testimony. That's sure to take a long time to start. Excuse me, guys. Hey, it is November 2nd. It is 1:12 in the afternoon. I have just uploaded the recording from yesterday. Of course, I had technical problems, and it took a whole day to figure out what it was. I could not access, I tried to upload it last night, and I tried to access the Wi-Fi at the library. I told you guys that it's always open. And I don't know if you just heard him burp. I was trying to hurry up so you could hear him eating, and then he just burped. I don't know if you heard it. But so it was a problem that 2024. I said, don't ask the people. So I sat there, and it's funny how the answer came to me right away. Today I was sitting there and I said, because it gave me an error message of DNS or something like that. And I looked it up on my phone, and it said what to do, and it was like a programming thing, because I did take programming in college. So it said to put this in, and I put it in, and it cleared it up. It's almost like you got to clear some stuff out, So it works. So I'm back online with the Wi-Fi at the library, and here we are. It is day number 2 of November, and we are moving forward. So what I said in the prior video, a program is that this is essentially going to be a 90-day, or however many days that turns out to be. But we're going to do this for the rest of the year. We're going to do this through the end of the year. That is what came to me, right? So, but how I titled it is a personal challenge for November, because that's just the way I did it. Okay, but for those of you who are tuning in, who are connected, you will actually know that it is for the rest of the year. So maybe I'll find some way to go back and make that more clear, but that's essentially what we're going to do. So that, I'm actually glad that I'm sharing that with you now, and that way you can look ahead, right? You can look ahead. You know that whatever, come on now, woo. You know that whatever the holiday season is, there's somebody going to be here with you, okay? Whatever the holiday season looks like for you, that somebody's going to be doing it with you, okay? So everybody doesn't have 15 cousins and their parents are still alive and this and that. Everybody doesn't have a celebration like that for the holiday. So know that I'm going to be here with you, right? We're going to be walking through it together. So for that, and the Christmas holiday as well, okay? So I'm going to be with you. We're going to do it together, okay? So this is great. This is great timing, because this is actually the hardest time of the year for most people. I say most, maybe a lot of people, a lot of people don't have the intact family unit. Just biting on that thing. Excuse me, a lot of the people don't have an intact family unit, and they're lonely and this and that. Like I said, last year was a really hard year for me. Both my parents are gone. I'm not close to my siblings, and I'm by myself. So this year I have a dog. It sounds like he's biting the pieces off that thing. But my throat is a little bothering me today. But yeah, so I'm glad we're gonna finish up this year together. Not that I'll be going anywhere, but you hear this person's music, see? Right here in the parking lot. Jesus. I don't want to sit in here with the windows rolled up. All right, so so we're gonna finish up the year together. And in the prior video, I commented on I am very good at self-correction. Okay, I'm very good at that, and I was talking about, like, over were doing things like I was complimenting myself on the fact that I'm willing to do this in spite of everything that I have going on. I'm able to, do these recordings every day, right? And so I mentioned some other examples, but what I was saying is that when you have support, the point I was trying to make, as I said, when you have support, you're supposed to be successful. When you have food to eat, a roof over your head, people in your family. It's like at the storage place, the guy told me, I mentioned him in one of the other recordings, that he said he was saying that he just broke up. He just ended his relationship, an 8-year relationship, and he's really young, like 25 or something like that, 26. Excuse me. And I was telling him what a nice guy that he was, because the place, I'm actually going to be moving my stuff out in a couple days because it's not where I need to be. Excuse me for all of this. But I told him if it wasn't for him, I would not be renting there, because the place it's people are living there. Sometimes people can sneak and do something, right? Nah, they're living there, right? They are living there. And so, so now I got to get my stuff out of there. I got to get rid of stuff, but whatever I'm going to keep, I need to put it in a different kind of place. So I might go look at a place today. But one of the things he said to me, I was telling him how nice he was, and that was the main reason why I was going to use the facility. And he said that he comes from a, what did he say? My screen is doing something. He said he comes from a, he didn't say a good family. He said, I can't think of how he said it, but he didn't say good family, but good family, because when I say good family, some people think like muddy and stuff like that. He didn't mean it like that, but he said like his parents are still together and stuff like that, right? So that's what he meant. He wasn't trying to say, like money and all that kind of stuff, but that's why he's saying is why he's a nice person. He doesn't come from trouble. He comes from like regular stuff. So that's the point that I was trying to make about, you should be successful if you have, what is it? One of the things I learned in college was about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? And at the very bottom, the very basic is safety. Safety, your food, a place to live, belonging, which means like family or something. So those are your basic needs. If you don't feel safe, if you don't have food and you don't have shelter, it's pretty hard to succeed. It's pretty hard to succeed, right? Because you're hungry, and that actually does have a biological effect on you too, a chemical effect on you, your development and everything. So, stress hormones and everything, right? That affects your development when you're still growing and all of that. So that's what I was talking about. And so I was saying that the point I was trying to make again was that, I know I'm talking fast, I'm trying to get it done, right? The point I was trying to make is that you're supposed to be successful. If you have an intact family, they love you, they support, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but they're not hooked on any substances. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be successful. You're supposed to be. So that's what I was trying to say, is that I'm doing this in spite of everything I have going on. And so I was just acknowledging myself and giving myself credit for that. Now, that is what I carry with me to help me to feel good about Shella Bridgman, Shella D, right? That's what I carry. And I was saying that, like someone pulled up in the car, and it was like a lot of stuff going on. And I was saying, that was the other recording. I was saying that, I'm sorry, I had the throat thing in my mouth. I was saying that, other people couldn't do this, right? They could not do what I'm doing and keep it moving, right? And so, but being the queen of self-correction that I am, I want to say this, because I thought about it. I heard a little snippet of a sermon today, so I listened to it like 30 times, and I felt like that was a message for me. And she was saying that, Bishop's daughter, and she was saying that, you have the capacity she said, you're wondering why somebody else can't do that. No, she was saying that the reason why you can do what you're doing is because you have the capacity to do it. It is for you to do. That's why somebody else can't do it. And I listened to it about 30 times, and then I said, oh, okay. Let me correct myself and tell the people, okay? Whatever you have to do, the correction is, whatever you're doing is for you to do. This thing that I'm doing is for me to do. This is my gift. This is my journey. This is my challenge. Come on now, okay? You and those 5 kids, that's your gift, that's your journey, and that's your challenge, because I can't do that. That's why God didn't give me none. You get what I'm saying? So, not trying to put one person over here and another person over there. Everybody has their gifts. Everybody is anointed to do X. Okay? So that's what you need to realize. That's what you need to recognize, and that's what you need to focus on. Like they were saying, like she said the same thing that her father said about, some kids are, what do they say, hard to love. And they were saying that somebody else couldn't raise that child. It's for you to raise that child. There's some, I'm not going to say too much, but there are some people, I know some people that were problem children and have grew up and grew to be some of the most upstanding citizens in the community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what is for you to do is what is for you to do. I can't raise no 5 kids. I can't raise 2. I don't even have 1. Okay? God did not give me that. Okay? This is a lot for this little dog with me. Look. Let me tell you something. Look. Child, this dog, he beats me up. He has this little vest. He knows that this is his little vest. He has a bunch of them, right? And his thing is that he grabs it and he shakes it, right? And he has slapped me all in the face. Today he knocked me in the face with his hard head. I was picking him up and he just knocked me in the face. Knocked me in the face with his hard rock head. Okay, so hopefully I won't. Ooh, excuse me. Hopefully I won't have any swelling. But there's a whole thing with me. He slaps me in the face with his little hands and everything. He kicks me in the chest with his little feet. He's a tough customer. Okay. He keeps me on my toes. He puts me to work, So I'm saying, being the self-corrector that I am, I was not trying to put myself in. Okay, the man got out. It's here. Yeah, I wasn't. It was not my intention to, say that anything is better than anything else. You know what I mean? We all have a job to do. We all have a purpose. We're all here for a reason, and that's what I keep saying. Because trust and believe. I mean, some people have 5 kids. Some people have 10 kids. And it's like my niece. She has, 4? She just gave birth to her 4th child. And they're all under, I'm not even going to say, but, her and her husband, they're doing their thing. So she finally had a boy. So maybe that's good now, right? But the other 3 were girls. But she is so present with those kids. Like, I could be talking to her on the phone and she's talking to each and every one of them, addressing whatever their needs are, answering their questions, this and that, and like they don't even have to say something. She can see it and she'll say, hey, do this and do that. I mean, like, so child, me and this little dog, and I tell him, but you have a senior mother. I don't even want to walk him sometimes. I see why they have dog walkers. I am a senior mother, right? I'm barely dealing with a little dog. So, no. And if you have kids, even if your kids are 32, come on now. Even if your kids are 32, they may not be in high school. They may not be 12 years old. But if they're 32, their car broke down. If they're 32, their kid is sick, right? They're having troubles with their kid, right? They're going through a divorce, right? So, no. So that's what I'm saying. Everyone is anointed. Everyone is called to do something. Everyone is called to do something. And it takes a special person for that, to be a parent, one, and then to parent certain kids. It's just like I was saying, like my godparents, they wanted to adopt me when I was young, and my stepfather stopped it. Thank God he did, because that would have been, I mean, they had some money. They had, all the everything that money could buy, you know what I mean? But my mother understood me. She understood exactly the person that I was, because I'm exactly like her. So they may have given me, I mean, they've had all the fancy cars that money could buy, and this and that and this and that, but I would have been in a place where I wasn't understood. I would have felt like an outsider, like an outcast, like, why am I so different? I would have grown up feeling like that. And my mother understood me. So she accepted me the way I was, and that's the one person. That's the one person in my life that I have really felt that. Even people, I'm not gonna call anybody, but everybody has something to say about who you should be and what you should be doing, right? But my mother, she let me make all those decisions for myself. She didn't say you should be, you shouldn't. Whatever I said, she would just laugh. I told her who I was dating, she would just laugh, or whatever, or she would say her hms and ha's, and I could feel some, sort of what she felt about it in that way. But the only one thing that she ever told me that I should do was to talk to my godmother, was to reach out to her, and she said she loves you. That was the only thing that she told me that I should do. But everything else, she let me do it for myself, because she knew that I was her child, and that I had to make my own decisions, that I was definitely an individual, and so that's how I've lived my life. But so I just needed to self-correct and put that out there and say that, those of you ladies, even fathers, there's some single fathers out there that are raising their kids. They're, even if you're just not single, but what do you call it? Co-parenting. You're co-parenting. You gotta jump in there. You gotta, life is the balance. Life is the balancing act. And child, when you have kids, you gotta show up for them emotionally, and it's not the money. Yeah, we want a Halloween costume or something, but it is emotionally. It is emotionally. You have to be emotionally available. And I tell you this. When you grow up and know that you're loved, when you grow up in this world, it's not the money, because you can get some money. You get some money from anywhere. A stranger will give you some money. People have benefactors. You can get some money. But when you instill in your child that they are loved, and they are accepted, and that they are valued, they will go out into the world and prosper. They will go out into the world and have the courage to take risks. They will go out into the world and know that they can do it despite what the world tells them. Okay? You are their foundation. You are their first teachers. You're the first teachers. And the best thing, you may not have a pocket full of money. My mother didn't leave me anything. But like I said before, she taught me how to fight. I might fall down, but you best believe I'm going to get right back up. I'm going to get right back up. And my hair is going to be combed. And my outfit is going to match. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my mother taught me. So yeah, it's not, the character and the character, so that's the best thing you can do. The foundation for your kids, your grandkids, or whatever, is teach them that they're good enough, and that they're loved. And I tell you, the women that didn't get it, that's how they out there with a million men. That's how, because they don't know that they're valued. Trust me, if you knew that you were valuable, you would not be out there with Johnny. You would not be out there with him. You sure would not be out there with Fred. If you knew what they say, if you knew what you carried, you would not be with them. You would wait. So, and men, for the men that need to value themselves, to know that they're loved, it goes both ways. You wouldn't be out there with Susie, Mary, and everybody else if you knew your value. You know, and then they passed it on to their kids, and it keeps going and keeps going. That's why they say generational curses. That's why they say generational curses. My mother was a strong woman. My grandmother was a strong woman. They had no money. They were smart women. My grandmother was very literate. She was an avid reader. She was doing her thing, right? And she told me why she didn't go to college. She told me, and I said, okay. And my mother was, a very, very literate woman. I had a lot of her books, lost that stuff, but, yeah. Very strong women, very, very capable women, but they had no money. So that's for me to overcome. That is for me to overcome. I'm strong. Oh yeah, I'm strong. Take a lick and keep on ticking. I'm strong, but I need some money. So it wasn't modeled for me. What was modeled for me was the strength to keep getting up. To keep going. That's what was modeled for me. So that's what I live. The getting the buck was not modeled for me. It was not. So here I am. But graduated from college, something that my mother didn't do. Didn't have any kids, something that my mother had 3 kids, and she raised them by herself. So that kept her from, And then she was born in another time. So that's what I'm saying, I was born such a time as this, so I got the internet. I can talk to you in Japan, Korea, Italy, Spain, Germany. I can talk to everybody, right? My mother didn't have that. So I'm trying to take advantage. I believe she came back and told me, take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you. And this is an opportunity. I don't have anything in my way. That's why I've taken all the risks. I'm the youngest too. I've taken all the risks that I possibly could. And I've bet on myself. And like I said in the prior recording, you stand in line long enough, your turn is going to come. My turn is going to come at the right time when I'm ready for it. Because I tell you, for all that I have inside of me, for all that I carry, I couldn't have done anything with it at 22. Nothing whatsoever. At 22, I was all in every bit of 22 without the internet. So I did it. And now here I am. When you look at age brackets and stuff like that, I'm in a good age bracket. I'm not 82. So I'm still connected with the young people and stuff. So I'm good. But I could not. I've been growing and developing and stuff like that. But excuse me, there was no way I could carry what was given to me at 22. There's no way. 22, 25, 35. I wasn't ready. I was still dating and no, I wasn't ready. I was not ready, but here I am now, full grown woman. I know what I'm gonna put up with. I know what I'm not gonna put up with. I have wisdom now. Wisdom that I couldn't have at 25 or 35. Just couldn't. So here I am, and look, the other correction I wanted to make was I said I want the Hemingway. It's the Mark Twain Award. It's the Mark Twain. It's not Hemingway. I said what I said in the prior recording is that I wanted to be, I said the poet. It doesn't have to be the poet, but I want to be speaking at the inauguration. That's what I said. up there speaking at the inauguration, the one that's coming in 2025. Lord, he got to come right next to you. Are you serious? Jesus, I know you can hear this, right? See, this ain't nothing but the devil. My grandmother always used to say that he got 59,000 other parking spaces. But my grandmother always used to say the devil show is busy. But yeah, that's what I said in the prior recordings, that I want to be, they always have a poet, right? And I want to be that person. So I leave that open. It doesn't have to be that person, but I got something I want to say up there. I got something I want to say up there for the inauguration. Okay, so that's what I speak out into the world, out into the existence of the world. That, and I said I wanted the Mark Twain Award. I said Hemingway. I told you, give me some grace. Shoot, give me grace, y'all. The Mark Twain Award. I would like to have that. So it's Saturday. It's now 1:38 in the afternoon, and I got to figure out. I still haven't done much today. Not much. But yeah, I'm gonna be. It's gonna be busy for me this week. I gotta get rid of stuff and go into yet another storage room. One that I know is affordable. That one, $200 a month. I mean, I can afford that, but that's crazy. And it's not the safest place to be. And it's just not. It's not. But I had already paid the money, which was only like $50. There's a 30-day, move-in special something, so I paid that. And they weren't going to give me the money back, and it was just a whole thing. And I already had stuff in my car that I need to put somewhere because I was moving out of the other place. So I said, okay, let me do it for 30 days. And so I have until the 5th. I have the 5th that I need to give them notice. So I need to find another place and get my stuff moved into it. The stuff that I'm going to keep. But I have like a bunch of clothes and stuff that I know I'm going to get rid of. And so yeah, just keeping busy. But yeah, we're going to keep on with this challenge, and we're going to do it through the end of the year. So I will be here with you, Shella D, you and me. I'll be here with you to the end of the year. So we're going to do it together. We're going to do the Thanksgiving. We're going to do the Christmas. We're going to celebrate the new year, and we're going to see. We're accountability partners. We're going to see what we can accomplish. What can we accomplish for ourselves? I see. I'm proud of myself. This is public speaking. This is public speaking without the Toastmasters. This is public speaking because this is not me sitting talking to my cousin. This is because when you talk to people, they guide your conversation. I got my own conversation. I'm deciding what I want to talk to and how I want to talk about it, right? So this is public speaking. This is practice. This is practice. And like I said, I'm not imagining that I'm sitting talking to one person. I'm imagining that I'm talking to the masses, right? So if you don't use it, so I'm practicing. It's just like writing. If you journal every day, you're going to notice that you get better at your writing, right? So I'm talking every day. I'm getting better. So, yeah. So this is, because I had to think, what am I going to do? This and that, this and that, and this and that. I look at where I was when I started, and I look at where I am today, and I'm so much better. I maybe one look at the length of the recordings. I was about to say but yeah, this is I'm getting better. So this will help me. This will help me in a number of different ways, and I hope it's helping you as well. Because if you've been here, if you just kicked in, picked up, or whatever, you can see. So I'm not gonna keep you all day. We're at 29 minutes. My little guy, he's taking a little nap. I'm gonna go buy myself a couple little things. I'm gonna go thrift a couple little things. I got a couple coins. I need some things. So thanks for being here with me. Thanks for checking in. I know you're there. I tried to get it done earlier, but I figured out what it was. I'm glad I figured out what it was. It wasn't just I thought maybe that the people had but it was weird because my cell phone was accessing the Wi-Fi, but my laptop wasn't. So I didn't know what it was. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just got to take a nap. So I went to sleep and woke up, and I went inside the library. I said, okay, is it inside the library? What is it? And I looked it up on my phone. I did the check, like the troubleshooting, did the check, and it said GNS or something. So I put that in my phone, and it said put this in there, and I did it. And like where you do the restart, it said click on that, and then in that box it said put it in there, and I put it in there, hit enter, and it said it should clear it up. So and it did. So here I am with the Wi-Fi, because that would have been a game changer for me, because I stop here on the way to work, late at night when the library is not open. That's the thing for me, is I need to be able to do stuff when I do it, because of my schedule, not like all this. So yeah, so that's it, you guys. I'm not gonna keep you, but yeah, we're gonna do this for the end of the year. But I broke it down for November, so we're doing November, and then we'll do December. So you have the long game. You can see what's coming after this, and you have something to look forward to. We can do this together, okay? What are you doing for the holidays? What can you do to make it good for yourself or better for yourself? My friend that passed, she was one of my first spiritual teachers. Her name used to be Charlotte, and then she changed it. But I'm not one of those people that follows the change with the name, right? I'm not one of those people. And she was a single woman, didn't have any children. She had some trauma, and it's like she never got over it. She had some trauma growing up, and it's like she never got over it. So I feel for people. You know what I mean? That have certain kinds of trauma. Some people never get over it, or never. You know what I mean? It's all a part of us, but that was a thing for her, and she died. Matter of fact, she died. Was it a couple weeks or something? Or a month before my aunt, and I didn't know it. And yeah, she died. She died cancer. She died, and that's so sad. So when I think of all of the things that I want to do, I do it in remembrance of all of those women: my mother, my grandmother, my friend Charlotte, my aunt. You know what I mean? Like my aunt that passed that same year from cancer. She wanted to be a nurse, and she had three kids, two sons and a daughter, and she wanted a different life for herself. She had her kids, she was married, and he died, and she was over in Germany, and she had to come back to the U.S. and just the whole thing. So she ended up, having to make a life for herself as a young woman, and she had 2 kids, and then she had another one. So that's what I'm saying. When I do all of this, and she was a person that stood by me, and it's so funny, when I didn't have, this was my father's older sister. This is my father's older sister. My mother had a twin brother, but he died when they were like 21, right? So she was, by herself. But my aunt, like I lived around the corner from her when I moved back home, from the town that I'm from. I lived around the corner from her, and she would help me when I didn't have money to pay my rent, because I was teaching and I couldn't figure out the pay. I got paid once a month, but my rent was due before I got paid. It was now I know you could go and talk to somebody and say, look, this was, but I was younger. I wasn't young then, but I was younger. I was just struggling every month. She paid my rent for me when I didn't have money for medicine. She gave me medicine, bought me medicine. She helped me, and she took care of me, and she taught me how to cook my first turkey, because my mother was gone, long gone. No, as a matter of fact, it was the same year. No. She retired the year that my mother died. But yeah, so she was like a mother to me, and You know, you have a relationship with somebody and you think they care. You think they care. But when I was at her house and going through her stuff trying to get some stuff, see what I could get to keep. And I went through this bag of costume jewelry that was, gonna go to the people come pick up stuff from the thrift store or whatever. And it was a bag of costume jewelry, and I found her class ring in there. Her high school class ring engraved on the inside with her initials. I found that. It was in there. And I'm like, okay, so still, I tell you guys all the secrets. I'm walking around with this ring. It's a pinky ring on me. And I walk around with this. I'm wearing this ring, and nobody knows I have it. No, her kids don't know I have it. They don't know I have a class ring, which is fair game because it was going to be donated. It was going to be donated, and they look. Come on now. They may have sold the house in X, Y, and Z, but I got her class ring. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But for me, it was her. It was her telling me that she loved me. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people do stuff out of obligation or they feel, whatever. But because it was a house full of stuff. It was just all kind of stuff. And I found that class ring, her class ring, in that bag of costume jewelry. I sure did. So, and I wear it proudly. And we graduated. We graduated from the same high school. And we were 30 years apart. Exactly 30 years apart. And our birthdays were the same month. So she was like really my aunt. You know what I mean? Like we were a lot alike. So, yeah. So I still haven't told her kids if I have a ring. One day, so you guys get all the secrets, okay? So you know you're important to me because I gave you all the secrets. So I can't think anything else that I need to say today, but thanks so much for being here with me. Thank you for being on the journey with me, and I will be here with you. It is officially November. I hope you voted already. I voted by the little mail-in thing. I did that, put it in the little box. I see at the library the people are set up. They're like physically set up for people to come and vote. But I already did mine because I had time to be doing all that stuff. But I needed to get it done. I need my vote to be counted. So, but thank you so much for being on this journey. Thank you for being on this ride with me. I love you so much for that. I really, really, really mean it. And we're gonna do it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I hope you're doing. I hope you feel the way I feel. I hope there's something, some spark, some kick, some jolt, something that's happening for you to make you say, "Hey, let me, let me do this." I hope. Okay, because that's what I'm living on. I'm living on the spark. I'm living on the kick. I'm living on the jolt. I'm living on the hope. That's what's propelling me. That's what's moving me forward every day. I thank you so much for listening. Like I said, whether you're the one of the 4, or one of the 9, or one of the 17, however it shows up on any day, it's somebody. It's somebody, and I appreciate that because, if not, I'll be talking in the closet. That's what it would feel like if nobody shows up. It's the same as talking in a closet. But I'm talking to you. You're here with me. I appreciate you. I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of the day. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.